short box is back. Return customer. More things to do. He's got a little rattle in the front end. On the way up here, he noticed there's leaking a little training fluid, so I'm gonna take a look at that. Even though we typically don't do mechanical work, but make an exception on this one. Just did box side repaint on this one. Cab corner, door. A little bit of rust in the cab corner. The owner of this truck wanted to do kind of a temporary fix, make it look good as long as he can. So we just fiberglass the rust in there. Fiberglassing rust never lasts long, and I'm very upfront with the people that want to do that, letting them know that you'll get a little bit of time out of it, but not much. But it is a whole lot cheaper than cutting it out and replacing it. So same thing on the bottom of the doors, and door on this side and this box side. So I just finished that one up this morning. Oh, and put a new rear bumper on it. Yeah, got the ugly truck out here. That sucker, dead battery last night. Got it jumped this morning, got it here. Pulled right up to the shop, shut it off, went to go start it, dead again. So at least it made it to work. I gotta put my light on it. Looks real sweet out in the sun, but sun's pretty much non-existent today. Just a little messing around with some lace and some patterns on a mailbox. I'm just using some leftover clear and stuff like that I have from other jobs. Try not to let it go to waste. So let's do a little shop update. So you've seen the two I got going on outside there. The blue one's done. White one needs a little bit of something. Boom. There's the 6 faux. You don't even have to be a scientist to understand that the body is off of the frame. Sometimes to do the job correctly, you just have to pull the body off the frame. So, big reason why I pulled the body off the frame, there's a few big reasons. Biggest reason, customer wanted to do new body mounts on this car. And I told him from the get-go that, hey, you start unbolting these body mounts, usually the back ones are rusted out and you have to cut them out and replace them, which is what happened. This one was pretty much gone, so I had to rebuild that. It's all new steel, and then I put panel bond, which is kind of an adhesive sealer. I put that over the seams and everything so it'll make it watertight, weatherproof. So I had to rebuild that, and then we have a cross member I'm gonna replace underneath of here. So having it up on the lift is just makes a lot of sense. Body is all epoxy primed. You can see the work I got ahead of me on the quarters there. They are pretty wavy, kind of like an ocean. So we got a lot of work to do up there, which is okay. That's what I do. But we're gonna tackle the underside of this thing, and then we're going to bed line the hole underneath of this. So that'll be kind of cool. That's what I want to do on my car, bed line it. Taillight pockets in, new tail pan in, all welded up. This job here, Ford Fusion, hit real hard right in this area. Pushed in the pillar, pushed the pillar in back there. Had to do some pulling on that, painting this whole side. So fender to quarter, whole side's getting resprayed along with the inside of the uniside is getting painted also. We gotta fix some of that. Took a crunch. Nothing in the paint booth today. Rest of the day I'm probably going to be working on the Fusion, getting the doors to fit. Used the ugly truck and got some doors for it. So we're going to work on getting those fit, make sure they line up. So it seems like people are always curious about how's the business going. Anytime I see anybody, it's always, how's business? You guys staying busy? Which just kind of an instinct thing to talk about with somebody that is a new business owner. People are curious. So that's my main question. Even if I haven't seen somebody for a few days and I see them, that's usually the question. So some people get more in depth with that. They want to know dollars and cents. How's the business going? Am I able to make, you know, good money at this? Financially, how are we doing? So answer to that is we're doing okay. We're surviving. We have room to improve. There's down times where we could have work in here that we don't. But it's every month it's been creeping up, which is super positive, obviously. So there's room to improve, but we're surviving. In the last 2 months or so, we've done about $30,000 gross. That's total. That's not taking out any money for parts or anything like that, or rent or power or all the bills. So I'm happy with those numbers for a brand new body shop in such a small town. I mean, that's the town. At top of that hill, basically, it ends. And then I'd say about maybe a mile down the road, probably more like a half mile, that's the town. So it's not very big. So for those kind of numbers, in a small town with a new body shop, I'm happy with that. Personally, for me, I have not taken a paycheck out of this place yet. I'm keeping all the money in the business account. I'm able to pay my bills at home and survive. So I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I'd rather have the money in my business account just for, you know, stuff that comes up. My dad helps me, but I don't have any actual employees. It's just me and my dad, and I'm able to pay him a little bit off of each job. It's not a ton, sorry, Dad, but I'm able to give him a little bit of something every time I make a little money. One thing I've learned in life, really recently, since I've had kids, it's kind of hit me a little bit more. Everybody. You look at everybody. You look at real successful people. When I say everybody, I mean 95% of everybody. You look at really successful people, look at really average people, surviving people. You either have a lot of time, little money, or you have little time and a lot of money. Usually is how it works. The people that are real successful hardly ever have time for family, to do anything fun. They're workaholics for the most part, which can be a bad thing. A driven individual is really good. Somebody that works hard the time that they're working and not standing around making YouTube videos, that's a good thing. But the people that are putting in 18 hours a day, don't go home until 10 o'clock, those are workaholics. And if there's a goal you're trying to reach, this is all my opinion, of course. If there's a goal you're trying to reach and you got to work those 18-hour days for a limited time, I get that. But if you're just doing it and letting your wife handle the family and not see your kids, I mean, if that's your priority, go for it. My goals, my priorities in life right now, top priority, number one, highest on the list would be I want to be a good dad. Right below that would be I want to be a good husband. Hopefully my wife doesn't kill me when she hears that. She usually doesn't. She doesn't watch my videos anyway. But if she happens to watch this one, hopefully she doesn't kill me. I think she knows where I'm coming from. Be a good dad, husband, real close together, honey. So don't twist that up. Third on that list would be to be a successful business owner. So I'm not going to let being a good dad or husband get in the way of the business. I'll survive. I'll figure it out one way or another. But those are my three goals that I have right now. I think I'm doing a better job now than when I was employed full-time, taking care of my kids and being with my kids and my family. That's such a short time having young kids. I've noticed that within the last year of having kids, how much time, I mean, it's stupid how fast time goes. A year goes by like that. That's no joke for anybody that's young and doesn't have kids. It's seriously like a blink of an eye. So for me, that was a big struggle I had when I was working all the time at a body shop for somebody else, is I would give everything I had at that shop because I needed to have money, needed to have that big paycheck, needed to have those 120 hours a week, crank them out. And it's, oh, so what if I can do Saturday and Sunday with the family? That's cool. I'm just going to give it everything I got Monday through Friday, try to make those numbers to get that big paycheck so we could try to do something. I don't even know. It wasn't bettering our life doing that, is what I'm trying to say. But I gave everything I had to a body shop for the last 3 or 4 years. Every body shop I was at, I'd show up, go a million miles an hour, clock out at the end of the day, and then at the end of it, what did it get me? I mean, really, get pulled into an office one day, instead of saying, hey Joe, I know you've been busting your ass for the last 3 weeks since you're the only body man we have because the other one's quit. I know you've been going a million miles an hour. This repair failed. Can you go ahead and redo it? Which I would have said, sure, no problem. Instead of doing that, it was, get out of here. We're going to replace you. We'll find another guy that's willing to give it all to us and forget about his family, and we'll put him in place of you. Good luck. That's what it got me. So, thanks, Brett. And Brett, I'm just going to use your name. You don't watch my videos anyway, but he was my manager at the place. That guy, workaholic. He's the definition of a workaholic. A lot of people look at him and say, man, he's got good work ethic, workaholic. You're a good guy, Brett. Your top priority, from what I can see, from everything you display, is to be a good employee. Yes, you're the manager, but you're still an employee. That is your top goal in life, is to be a good employee. You will fire a friend of yours so you look good to the big boss. You'll fire a guy that has 2 kids at home so you look good to your big boss. So you're a good employee. If that's your priority, you're doing a great job. Not knocking you at all. I just facts there. Definitely not my goal. So as of right now in my life, I have more time than I do money. Not making near the money I was making when I was an employee. But I can look at my kids now at night and not be so wore out I can't even talk to them, I can't play with them. So, I mean, what kind of dollar amount can you put on that, really? To be honest, screw the money. I mean, my kids aren't going to remember what my gross income was in 2018. They're not going to care. As long as I got enough to give them clothes and a place to live and some toys and food, that's all they're going to care about. We are 3 months in. I'm able to pay my rent every month and pay all the bills. So we're surviving. And it still leaves me with a little bit of money in the account for extras and emergencies and stuff like that. So we are doing pretty good. It's hard to celebrate something like this for me because it's always been kind of a dream to have something like this. And I never know when the dream has arrived, you know. Every day you're fighting to keep it. So you don't know when to throw your hands up and say, woo, I'm here. But maybe I'm here. I don't know. I've made it 3 months. That's got to say something. I'm definitely not rich, but I've made it 3 months. So there's cars here. Not a lot. Could use a few more, but there's stuff here. So yes, I'd say we are successful for the first 3 months. And I'm happy with where I'm at right now. So yeah, that's an update and a little rant. Kind of how I feel about employees and business owners. Hope you guys didn't get bored hearing me talk about money and time, but it's really, for most of the population, that's all we have. Cash money and hours in the day. Sometimes hours in the day more valuable than the cash money.